drifting aware of it all. Just squares and circles. All thoughts and dreams, feelings that I'll need here.
Sitting by the waterfall, flying with the clouds, crystals dancing in the sun. Colors are falling in my eyes. Time don't exist anymore. Only pictures of light and pictures of darkness. Free like never before. Like a river in the rain. Oh, Father of the four winds, take away my attentions. I did not betray you. I did not forsake you. The universe on a string, drifting in all directions. Free until the key finds the door. Free like never before. Children of light, gardens of life, gold on the inside. Children of light, gardens of life, diamonds in the miles. Children of light, gardens of life, gold on the inside. Children of light, gardens of life, diamonds in the miles.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this painted dog TV live safari from the Rietspruit Game Reserve. I'm Gareth, and on camera this afternoon I have Andrew. It has been a really hot day, and we're starting off with a bit of a difference to what we usually do. We're sitting at Lodge Pan on Leadwood. We do have a couple of duikers feeding around here. Hiding behind the trees at the moment, but there's this common duiker. There's two of them.
Take a standby for now.
And there was a third one drinking from the pan as we arrived here, but that one has since run off. Finally, starting a show with the animals that we find before we go live, and they haven't run away. It's so often that we try and start with duikers and they run away as soon as we go live. So this is quite nice. And there were some laughing doves having a drink, but They flew away. We'll sit here for a little bit and see if anything else comes down to the pan to have a little drink. If we can tick off some birds to start off this afternoon's drive. But the reason that we're up on Leadwood is we're going to spend some time in the north this afternoon. It's been quite a while since we've had the wild dogs on camera, so that is this afternoon's plan, to see if we can find the wild dogs. We have a good indication of where they may be due to their collar GPS coordinates. However, they have split up. So one of the dogs is on Kaya currently, and the other collar is on the northern fence line of Leadwood. Now I'm not too sure which way the split has gone, which way there's 2 and 1. I think maybe the male is on his own and the 2 females have stuck together, but we shall find out this afternoon. And then I know a couple of drives ago on one of Victoria's drives, Victoria and Andrew tried to find the jackal pups, but were unsuccessful. And a couple of nights, I don't think it was last night, I think it was 2 nights ago.
They're here on biodiversity route, on the junction of Pot, living for the station and lounge.
Just turning the radio down here a little bit. We have a new location of where those pups might be, so we might come into that area a little bit later after looking for the wild dogs when it cools down a bit, and see if we can find those jackal pups. That'll be quite nice. Haven't seen any more birds coming down to have a drink from the pan. And to all of our Painted Dog Pack members, a very warm welcome to you this afternoon on this Friday afternoon drive. Brian, Mary, Barbara, Christine, Carol, Jennifer, Matthew, it is going to be nice to spend the afternoon on Leadwood, Mary. We'll see. There have been some rhinos seen near Lowveld of South Africa, Hofpad Junction. So if we don't get lucky with the wild dogs, we might go across there. Hello, Jan. All right, no more birds, just some relaxed duikers getting in a little bit of food in the shade there, having had a drink. Let's carry on, let's drive. I'm going to do a little bit of a loop up to where the wild dogs are seen on the northern fence line, and I have no idea where I'm driving. I've only really driven Leadwood Drive a couple of times and into the Rietspruit amongst all of the sycamore figs. So this is going to be a bit of an adventure. I have to make reference of my map quite a lot. as we move around here and learn this road network up in Leadwood. It's so far to come up here that we don't do it all that often. Time to time, Victoria's come up here. In one of her first drives, she came looking for the cheetah. But this is my first time on Leadwood on a live drive. So it could get interesting. What I do like about being up here is that better, and it's a little bit open. Kevin's done some good bush thinning programs up here, so there's definitely a lot more open understory, which makes it quite enjoyable. There are a herd of impala just through here, but we'll carry on. Let's see, let me check my map out. Hello, Mom. Welcome to this afternoon's drive. We're going to see if we can find the wild dogs this afternoon. We've got a pin location for them from their collar. Hello, Rosemary. Got quite a lot of members joining this afternoon, quite exciting. And we have a giraffe.
Baby.
And a baby giraffe, that's so cute. That's a real little baby. Let's see how we can do this. If we can get baby's face in amongst all the bush. There we go. That's quite nice. Mom and a little one. And then to everybody on the public drive, welcome to this afternoon's drive. Such a little one. Get a bit if it comes out from behind the knob thorn. It's always interesting watching giraffes feeding, how they often feed at their shoulder heights like we saw just now, and now she's stretching that neck right up to reach those higher branches at the end of her neck length. Look at her, how she tilts that head right back. They've got a special joint at the back of their skull joining the first vertebra of their neck and the skull. It's called an atlas axis joint, and it allows that neck and to elongate all the way up 180 degrees to increase the length of higher branches. Gonna follow Mom. So cute.
Yeah, begin. I'm pulling out from the tree white Rhino, heading south along Wolf Path. Once the sheet unlocked.
This little one really doesn't want to help us out this afternoon and show itself. Hiding behind all the trees. Now it's hiding behind a marula. Starting to nibble on some of those lower branches as well.
Section of Giraffe right north of Kudu Creek on the tree track, east of Kudu Creek Road, just west of Sunslot, lying down. Pride and Pride 4 females and 1 male.
How's that baby starting to eat those leaves there? Such fluffy ossicones of both the baby and mom. Some comments there from our viewers of that. One of the easy ways to tell the difference between a male and a female giraffe is those ossicones. Males tend to wear them out. Sorry. It's talking on the radio and throwing me off.
It's northern side, there's a 2-track going east. It's parallel, deep slot back into Kudu.
Let's go forward a bit and see if we can get them. They look like they might come towards us if we position ourselves strategically. Mom is on the move, so baby will follow, no doubt. It's really nice. You can see just from this angle how open it is underneath all of these trees. There's a little track here.
Coming from the north towards Kudu's west, can you reconfirm where the track then goes off? The track going east, north of Kudu Creek. You can come with that one. I'll be with your car outside.
In the camera in the bottom right, and then the giraffe on the left there.
You can approach. One of you get there and then I'll pull out.
Baby's just standing behind the tree behind mom over here. But she's feeding on all those new shoots. Look at that. Wrapping her tongue around the branch and then stripping all the little green shoots that are coming through. We are well into spring and the onset of summer is really upon us. All the trees are starting to get their new shoots coming through, and this giraffe is making short work of all of the nice fresh green shoots coming through on this tree. How quickly she's making her way through the tree here, getting all the little green shoots there, leaving hardly any of them left. But you'll notice she doesn't really stay there for too long feeding. She moves around. She's fed on 3 trees in the time that we've been here, and she's walking into the wind. Can any of the viewers tell us why the giraffe would walk into the wind whilst browsing? Here's a little quiz. I'm really finding my groove with these quizzes. Yesterday's drive with Marine, focusing on her leopard research in the area. I got a couple of quizzes out. I haven't done it before. And there's another one. And let me just get back to my train of thought from earlier before we moved. Males, when they spar and they fight each other from a young age, they start sparring and they practice the skills that will become handy as they get older. They fight for dominance and the right to mate. They wear the hair off of the top of their ossicones, so they don't have that hairy appearance that this female has in her baby, who really doesn't want to show itself. Males almost get this balding effect on the top of the ossicone as they spar and wear that hair off over time. And at a distance, it's something that you can tell the sexes apart quite easily using that.
After it comes south on horseback, walking on horseback south. Sorry, just repeat that.
Yeah, the baby's moved a little bit. It's also it is feeding a little further down from mum. But yes, Carol and Mary, you're both right. And there is communication between trees, so when a browser comes to browse on the trees, there's a pheromone and tannins are released, increasing that chemical defense, and that can drift downwind with the wind, meaning that trees downwind could prepare themselves for browse and therefore become unpalatable. Well, not that they're unpalatable, but they just become, I guess if you're a giraffe, not as lush and tasty. So browsers, not only giraffe, all browsers, they'll walk into the wind generally when feeding. So they approach trees that don't have those high levels of tannins in them. And then they feed on a tree for 5 minutes or so, and then they carry on. She's stripping all of those green leaves. This is a great little meal for her as well. Young shoots are often full of all the nutrients and all the good stuff. The meristems producing young shoots. They're not hardy leaves yet. They're nice and fresh. And that's what she's just looking at her baby, thinking, "Why are you still over there? Come here, little one." Baby's still kind of hiding in the trees over there. But that's where Mom is looking now. And her baby is also feeding at head height there. And we might get a shot of that baby just come out from behind this thick bush. Just enjoying the fresh shoots. The little one is trying to figure out how to get around all of those big ones on that acacia tree. Those are the fences I was speaking of just now. And those big white thorns, they're actually not that sharp and deadly as they may appear. What they do is slow down the rate of browsing. So browsers go in there, they can't take these big giant bites like we've seen the female giraffe doing with a tree without thorns. So they've got to work around that physical defense, and that slows down the rate at which they can browse on the tree. And acacia trees, they have both physical defenses and thorns. They also have high loads of tannin. So while a tree can slow down browsing, it can also increase its chemical defense in that time of need, and then the browser should move on shortly after that. It also means that the tree's got an intense architecture to it, with all the spines and the dense sort of branching of branches there. So it really slows down the rate of browsing. Oh, there's the little one, got some oxpeckers on it, and back behind the thicker stuff. So while our herbivores, which we often tend to see, have all of their defenses to try and prevent predators seeing them, whether it's camouflage, good hearing, good eyesight, good sense of smell, the ability to run fast and change their direction quickly to throw predators off. Plants also have defenses, although we don't see them so obviously, because browsing can be classified as a form of predation. Herbivores predate on trees in browsing or in grazing on grass. So plants have also developed defense mechanisms to try and slow down browsing, to try and stop browsers feeding on them, and that is mostly through intense architecture, physical defenses such as thorns and spines, and then a chemical defense and tannin. Don't know how much everybody's missed, but hopefully I've answered the question in the further explanation. I might have missed Barbara already, but go well and maybe see you later, Barbara. I was really hoping to get a nice photograph of this little giraffe, but its mother is walking quite fast ahead of it, and it isn't really walking in any of the open spots that the mom is, making life difficult to get a photograph. I haven't contributed yet to the week's photograph. And I'm hoping to get some pictures so that I can contribute to that picture of the week. A little giraffe would have been a great print for some of you, I'm sure. But I haven't managed to capture something. I actually haven't taken that many photographs in my time here. And I've seen a couple of Andrew's photographs that he comes and says, "Oh, I got a nice photograph of those lions." I'm like, "What do you mean? They were sleeping." And he shows me the picture, and it's actually a nice picture, and I'm thinking there's photographs all over the place. You just need to see them and not think a lion sleeping doesn't offer opportunities. So I am going to be a lot more proactive with my camera, trying to capture some nice photographs, and hopefully I'll be featured soon in the week's word. And for those of you that haven't got this week's high-res photograph, it is one of wildebeest being released from their containers a couple of weeks ago by Victoria. If you want to get your hands on that high-res image, just send the word freedom to info@paintedDog.tv. All right, these giraffe have moved off. They've made our life a little bit challenging, not moving in the most pleasant spot, but I think we've got some great footage of them there and showing you that giraffe feeding, which was quite nice, picking out all of the nice fresh shoots. So let's go see if we can find these wild dogs. That'll be a nice treat now. It's been a while since we've seen them. Just dart off, and they're so secretive as well in the thick bush of blunk. We don't often see them. This little female to run away. This is quite. We've had steenbok this afternoon. The little ones. And what the third small antelope that we see on the Rietspruit Game Reserve is. The odds of seeing it are pretty slim though. Okay. That's nice to see steenbok, but I think we should try and get up to where those wild dogs are before it cools down, because as it starts cooling down they might move. We have a GPS position from their collar from about 4 hours ago, so it's no guarantee that they're still there, but we can give it a go and see if we can find them. Here's that little steenbok. It's trying to decide whether or not it wants to run. Often when you stop moving, yep, there we go, they dart off. But if you just keep driving on by, they stand still for you. Just opening up that level of comfort. That comfort zone. When you break that comfort zone, they want to increase distance so that they feel comfortable again. It's one of those anti-predatory behaviors that they have, relying on their camouflage to start off with. And then when they feel like their camouflage has failed them, they then run away. An ingwe at the end. Yeah, we were unable to find a leopard yesterday afternoon with Marine as we were talking through some of her research and what they're finding out here in this local area. I was quite taken aback that they've got profiles for 167 leopards in the study area. And that's pretty good going. That's not all of the leopards in this area. As we know, on the Rietspruit, the leopard are quite secretive. Andrew says it's an understatement, and he is completely correct. This is the longest time in my life over the last 7 years that I've gone without seeing a leopard. I haven't seen a leopard in 6 weeks now. We've seen tracks of them, we've seen their scat, we've seen where they've made kills, but we have not seen a leopard. We've heard them. The other night there was a leopard seen on Leadwood, wasn't there?
Yeah. And Kevin's one at Rietspruit.
Yeah. All right, where am I? I'm trying to figure this out. That's Lodge Pan. I've got to go left here. So going left here is on Lodge Pan Road. All the road names here are English. But I haven't spent a lot of time up here, for those of you that joined a little bit late. Well, later than our start time. We're on Leadwood, looking for the wild dogs, and I don't know any of the roads here really, so I'm going to rely on my map quite a lot. And then the jackal pups were seen down that road a couple of nights ago. So we'll come back past here a little bit later and hopefully catch them as it cools down and maybe they're out of their den. But first our mission is to try and find those wild dogs. It's always nice driving in a new area. You get this sort of sense of exploring, seeing things that you haven't seen before, going to areas that you haven't been to. These roads are quite nice. Quite nice and smooth. We're driving into the wind at the moment, so it's in our face. Good afternoon, how are you doing? All good, thank you. A giraffe and a little one on Leadwood Drive, just past the sort of northern link with Lodge Pan.
Do you know where the old hyena den is on near the fence line here?
No.
Kind of no. I'm just going to check it out. There's activity there. I'm not sure what though. It might be aardvark.
Okay.
But there's something living in there. It's not pigs at the moment.
Cool.
Worth checking out.
We'll have a look. Thank you. Cheers. Do you know where that hyena den is?
Roughly.
Okay. They're just telling us activity at an old hyena den, not sure what it might be, so that could be interesting. Since that is the direction we're going to look for these dogs. The radio has gone super quiet, which is quite nice. And do not complain with a quiet radio. I quite enjoy it. You can enjoy the sounds of the bush. Okay, so what are we on now? Nkonkoni Road.
From Lowveld of South Africa. There was an elephant bull seen earlier on the north, and 4 lionesses and 1 male lion on the split track just northeast of Giraffe. I'm assuming the one that goes past Giraffe.
Sighting of the lion near Kuru, the unattended open dock.
Carol saying that hyena den news completely got her attention. It's got ours too. That would be pretty cool to have a hyena den back on the property. They're such good fun to sit at, and watching all the cubs coming out and playing, and the dynamics of hyenas is just so interesting. So to be able to sit with them and enjoy them at a den site makes for some great viewing and observations. And photographs. Okay, where to from here?
Not mistaken, you go right somewhere along the fence line.
The hyena den. Well, the old one. There are hyena tracks here going in the right direction. Oh, there's some big clouds building on the horizon. But we do not have any forecast rain. We were meant to get some rain beginning of next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. But it seems like the forecast is changing to us receiving not a lot. There was a termite mound there with a hole, but it didn't look big enough. Let's go scratch in here quickly and see if we can find anything. There's wildebeest tracks here. What is on the road? Yesterday we did this and it was just a log. Just ruts where people have been driving when it was too wet to drive there. It's amazing how your eyes can see something that just stands out. It almost looked like something was sitting on the road. This far. There's no vehicle tracks going here, as to indicate that somebody else was having a look. What's this? Some scrub hares running away. Yeah, I'm not convinced there's no sort of flat grass around here. Let's go up, look for the wild dogs. There are some good holes in the side there, but there's no track like I would expect to go to an old den. But this kind of has brought us in the direction of the wild dogs. We'll follow the fence up and around to where they were. I can't even recall when they were last seen at camp. They spent a lot of time on the western fence line near camp. Now they spend a lot of time up here. But the lions are spending a lot of time around camp of late, so it's kind of makes sense. The wild dogs are going to want to avoid any lions. I'm still keeping an eye out for any indication of a termite mound that may have been a den site or any tracks going off the road. Oh, here. Is this it?
Yeah, I've got one. Might try to pull on Peter.
There's a nice big termite mound with some holes in it. Let's have a look here. See if there is any activity around it. It's always not. He's growing on the side. Yeah, but it's definitely not in use. It looked like there was a hole in the side there, but it's where that tree grows out of the termite mound. So it's a pity that our forecast for the rain is sort of disappearing. The timing would have been great after our burn earlier this week. To have had 25-30 mils of rain on top of it would have been great. It doesn't look like that is coming, but the forecast is known to be incorrect at times. A bit of a funny haze coming on the southern horizon with some big clouds building. It will be nice to have a little bit of a break from the hot weather we've had the last few days. Making Andrew duck and dive here out of all the branches, but I can't really go much further right. Because I don't want to get shocked. Doesn't look like anybody's driven here in the last little bit. There's no fresh vehicle tracks, lots of animal tracks on the road. Okay, there's the boundary, and it's in this corner that the wild dogs have been seen of late, and that their GPS coordinate has them at. There's a little road. It's on the map. That's why there's a road there. It isn't a road to an old den site. It's a bit rocky here, but we'll start to look for tracks and then see if they are lying anywhere next to the road here.
Yeah, station unlock with the pride coming. Yeah, stand by. How's the man? I'm just approaching Kuduka. Can I join you then? Yeah, you can make your way, but where they are, the road is not good, but you can make your way, but we'll make a plan. So come. Go here, Shamala. Terence, I'm also here by System Trip. I think I'll be maybe 8 minutes out from your site. Like to take a standby. I'm heading south from System Trip.
Still a little bit warm. Looking in all the little spots in the shade at the base of the bigger trees and bushes where they may have rested up for the day. Their pin is not too far from here now. Looks like some wildebeest have been here. It's not that, something looks like it's just off the road here. Not convinced it's a wild dog though. But it could be. No. Okay, so the pin was right here somewhere, just up ahead of us, and in the thicker bush, not on the road. There we go, there they are. Well, there's one. Okay, so this animal doesn't have a collar on. So this is the female that doesn't have a collar. So I would suspect that she's with the other female. I didn't actually take note of the collar code to see if it was the female or the male. I just saw it was here. Excuse me. But it is so nice to have wild dogs back on live drive. Hopefully they don't go into the thick stuff when they get going, because it's pretty in there. I can't see where the second one is. Where are you going to go? Not going to go too far. Let's pop forward a bit, see if there's a bit of a gap to go in, and see if we can find the second female. She's looking here. There we go. Nice and clear there. It is both the girls.
I'm just off, so it should be 4 now. Copy, thank you. Fred on Ledgewood, number 5.
Staying in the shade. Panting, it's just been a hot day, just trying to get rid of that excess heat.
Fred, Chris.
But it's this time of day that we expect them to start getting.
Fred, did you
We're
get
about,
your update? My radio went down. I didn't hear if anyone replied.
we're about a half an hour away from sunset. And this is the time of day that you'd expect them to get moving, just before sunset. Well, there's still enough light to hunt at the speeds that they do hunt at. But not too hot. Also try and avoid lions. Lions mostly active after sunset in summer. So you have all of this behavior that they try and use. Oh, we did fix our radio, so I am glad that we can turn it up and down and off now. But it's when you're driving, you can't hear it, but when you stop, it becomes super loud. So yeah, all this behavior, trying to avoid other predators. They're a crepuscular hunter, so they do move at quite some speed. They'll run, and they are a crepuscular. Crepuscular is active at night. Is active at dawn and dusk, before it's night, and before the middle of the day when it's too hot. Crepuscular, active at dawn and dusk, and then cursorial is the other word I was trying to use, but I said crepuscular. Cursorial is a running predator, so something that runs after its prey, like a wild dog and hyena. They'll chase prey over a longer distance. Not an ambush predator like a lion or a leopard. Cursorial. So when it does get to nightfall, it gets a bit darker. If you're running through the bush at 65 kilometers an hour like wild dogs do, you're going to encounter obstacles that could potentially lead to injury with low light conditions. So they tend to not really middle of the night. At the moment are around the full moon, so there will be enough light for them later to go hunting at night.
To be able to take down an impala.
Yep.
And if a dog was stranded on its own?
Yep. There was a pack of wild dogs while I was at Mala. There was only 2 of them, and they were fine.
Wow.
There was a pack of wild dogs while I was at Mala. There was only 2 of them, and they were fine. Yeah, so Mary, it does appear that the male is on Kaya. I don't know why they've split up. Because they have spent, what is it, about a month longer. 5 weeks, 6 weeks to get up. Before the split in the last couple of days. Maybe we're chasing. The second female is coming in now. There might be a little bit of a greeting and interaction between the two of them. Or not. Before they get moving. She looks like she's got a full belly. Maybe they had a kill this morning and they don't need to hunt and move around this afternoon. But we'll see, we'll follow them. Both of them are up now. Does she also look pretty well fed? Yeah, she doesn't look like she needs a meal. They're going to come out on the fence and move down the fence. Now they've got a gap in the radio, I should call them in. Stations, there are 2 wild dogs on the northern fence of Leadwood, just to the east of Hoodie's track. They are mobile west. It's the 2 females. Some scent marking going on there. When you'd ideally like to get them walking towards you with that low light golden hour. Let's see what they do. I don't think they need to feed. They're starting their little trot there. And when they do that, they can pick up speed pretty quickly. Be amazed at how quickly you end up having to drive to keep up. When wild dogs move, they don't often just walk. They kind of have this little trot that they do, like you can see there. See how dry it is, even the dust getting kicked up by the wild dogs as they run down this road. I know they have been going to Leadwood Dam a little bit, so maybe they'll down there for an evening drink. Maybe these 2 will find us a leopard, Andrew.
Can you imagine?
Wild dogs are pretty good at it.
I'll pretty much stick with the wild dogs for the rest of their life. I kid you not.
Yeah, pick it up with an up with the layer.
Yeah, so 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks now. These two have been together. They were released on the 5th of September. So it's almost 6 weeks. 7 weeks, 8 weeks. Well, they've got to run. They might go right to Leadwood Dam. Yeah, follow the fence and then cut in. It would be so nice to be able to loop ahead of them and get them coming towards us. Because the road does go down here. You get the wild dog standing up above you. It's nice to spend some time with them again. It's been a while as they've been hiding up here. Oh, look at that dust. Kicked up. Make for some nice pictures. And in they go. A little bit bumpy. Oh, there's a drainage line. Oh, there we go. That's a nice shot. Stay like that, girl. Okay. As soon as I pick up my camera, she's gone. Might be my opportunity to get ahead of them and just see if they come down the road towards us. Probably not going to be able to. Oh, she is going further, so let's try. It looks like she might go to that drainage line, which we can't. Can we get in there? Are there vehicle tracks there? Looks like it, but I don't think we're going to. Not from here. Oh, she's crossed through there. Yeah, probably. Just keeping an eye on them. They're kind of running parallel to the boundary next to us here. Just slow down, stop in to listen. Oh. They don't like something. What is that? Ooh. They didn't like something in there that they saw, shared.
Would they have run from a leopard or would they have chased it?
They would typically chase a leopard, but there's only 2 of them, so if it's a big male leopard, maybe not. I'm tempted to put our nose in the I wonder if they're going to run down the fence. Oh, are we going to risk it? I don't know. I don't know. The way they run was definitely as if something had spooked them from in there. A giraffe. Ah. They shouldn't be running away from a giraffe, but the giraffe's not looking at anything else, just staring at them. So maybe the giraffe just gave them a bit of a fright as it popped around the corner. Keep up with them, they're just up ahead of us. I thought we were going to see a lioness hurtling up behind them because bucket is not accounted for at the moment. Now they throw their legs out to the side as they run. Stations. The two wild dogs are continuing west on the northern fence line of Leadwood. They're continuing west of Sand East Link. Yeah, throw those legs out to the side. It is a bit like a dance move. This little trot, don't want to, as they're running, hit their other legs. This female at the back really seems to have an exaggerated kick out versus the one in the front. Stopping, listening. And when they first stood up, I sort of saw that their bellies were quite full, and you can see that both of them are pretty well fed. Only being two of them, an impala or even a duiker could go quite far. Generally, a pack of 7 to 8 wild dogs would need one impala every day. So you might find that these two don't necessarily have to hunt every single day, being just two of them. Maybe only every second day. But then again, they won't finish a carcass, just the two of them. It's just too much for them. They'll eat as much of it as possible and then they'll move off. They don't want to spend a lot of time around a kill site. If any other animals have been following them, lions, hyenas often follow wild dogs. Hyenas would outcompete just these two. And then vultures often follow wild dogs, and then when they make kills they start landing, and then it draws attention from other predatory species. Leopards sometimes come and have a look, lions will come and investigate. So wild dogs don't stay around their kills for too long. They'll get chased off by lions, definitely. They'll chase leopards. Big male leopard might try and steal from them. Element of surprise, run in, making a lot of noise, chasing the wild dogs and getting the kill and going up a tree, but it doesn't happen a lot because dogs chase cats other than lions. Lions just chase everything.
Good afternoon, sir. Couldn't get that on, is it? Good afternoon, Tim. I think there's 4 Ledwood stations on Pleasant. The wild dogs are on the northern fence line heading west. I didn't quite catch which road they were passing, but there's 1 station on lock there. 4 female lions and 1 male near Kudu Crypt on the 2 tracks that's just northeast of Kudu Crypt.
This could get interesting now as they've moved into the block here. Oh, I'm not going to go there. Can I still see them? Yes. Okay, it's opening up.
Sorry, I missed which animal you had on the northern fence line and which northern fence line? Northern fence line of Ledwood.
Is this a road? It's not on my map. It looks... No, it's not.
Okay, copy that. Station with the back.
We'll go for Gareth. They've just gone south off of the fence line west of Rietspruit Link. I'll try and regain visual now.
Copy guys. Did you have all 3 or just the 2 females?
Yeah, it's just the 2 females. They generally are mobile west. Let's see if I can keep up off-road now. Let's try low range. Okay, let's go. The other road isn't too far from here, so if we don't have any luck in finding them again, we just get onto the other road. And they should pop out there. Oh no, Andrew's losing his hats. Just straight back. Andrew lost his hat in the thorn tree.
Sorry.
Now we're back on it. All good. It's way easier to off-road here. There's a nice game trail that I'm sure these wild dogs are following. It's just not so nice for Andrew trying to film and hold on, and it's a bit bumpy. I'm sure they're going to get onto the next road. And I think that's what we should try and do. We can't see them anymore. Oh. My best bet is that they've cut through here, got onto the next road, and from there they'll make their way towards Ledwood Dam. But it is getting thick all of a sudden with the bush thinning. All of these trees have been left here, and I don't want to get a puncture. But it gets open again. I feel like there's a bit of a gap amongst the trees to find the next road. There it is. Now we just have to hope in that process we haven't got a puncture. I'm sure we'll find them here somewhere. And My money's on them going to the dam for a drink. All fine. Okay. Let's go. Let's catch up. They're either going to follow the fence. Oh, the mountains look beautiful with that setting sun. Or they're going to come out onto this road. Let's just check here for tracks. There's a bit of a drain coming out. 2 roads. They must be going to the dam. Let's just make our way to the dam. It's not far from here. And there's a good chance that we find them again. I haven't seen their tracks yet on this road. They might run in between the fence and this road and then come on the road and go down to the dam. Yeah. Just birds there. Get us out of low range. It sounded like birds getting flushed, like something was running past them. There aren't any tracks here. Let's just go to the dam. It is still quite far, but how's your hat?
That's okay, it's just got a new hole.
Got a new hole.
Gives it character. It's a wash though.
Maybe while we go to Leadwood Dam, we can sit with the hippos. I'm sure they haven't left. There's not a lot of water left on the reserve. All the other dams have dried up pretty much. All the zebras are running through here. There's a wildebeest. Impala's running behind us. The wild dogs are coming this way. Oh, the zebra with the babies running away. Everybody's a little bit worried here. There's impalas running through this block. Others came here. Let's just go down here quickly. Check the map. Where are we? Okay, this will get us around. So I saw impalas running down this road and then more running across this road. There's an impala ram just by himself. There's more impalas here. These are the ones that realized they weren't getting chased, so they didn't have to run. Oh, there's a road. Yep, thanks. Looks like it might be. I think it's quite far to loop all the way around this road, so let's go back. There's nobody here. There's some relaxed impalas, which makes me think that they've run on through here. Some more impalas continued running past the zebra. These impalas are regrouping here. So let's go. Ferrari Safari. Okay, so as we turned around and went up that road, the wildebeest are still here. The zebras continued running down. They have a young foal with them. The wildebeest have some little ones as well. Here's some impala. I did see impala run through here. And there's the dam. So maybe the dogs have just run straight through to the dam, upsetting everybody. There's another vehicle here. There's impalas running there. There's a giraffe. Is it steering? Look at that sun. Let's just focus on that as it goes down and we.
Sergio, shutting down.
That's beautiful. We have made it to Leadwood Dam. There's no sign of the wild dogs here. I did see an impala running across Leadwood Drive ahead of us. We'll just watch that sunset and just see if anything pops out. There is a giraffe on Leadwood Drive that seems to be staring at something. I can't hear anything to suggest the wild dogs have caught something, but being two of them, you may not hear too much. Beautiful sunset. It's amazing watching them set. How quickly it dips behind the horizon. The giraffe hasn't taken its eyes off of something. I think with the sun having gone down, let's go see what the giraffe is looking at. Maybe those wild dogs made a kill. Oh, now it's looking at us. Classic. I've got a branch stuck under the car here. It's got thorns, so it's not very nice. Smile. It's not always easy. Where did these wild dogs go? I wonder if they've caught something. There's some guinea fowls in front of us. All the guinea fowls here. Beautiful bird. See how she's staring? That's where she was looking just. It looks like it's nicer. Impalas are staring as well. Have they caught something maybe? Impalas are staring, looking back here. Now they're running off. There's branches flying everywhere.
with the Rhino north of Dusk, no change.
Just listening to see if we can hear. It gets a little bit thick in here with these acacia. I mean, it might be worth checking the fence, but the way these animals all ran here, the zebra, the wildebeest, they're not going to run for nothing.
Bypassing the Rhino going north. There's a leopard at Dusk.
I think there's a leopard at Seskan Krip. By the time we get there, it'll be gone.
Please repeat the leopard sighting location.
Yo.
Dusk, but this is subject to sighting. I'll let you know if you can head this way. We'll keep to that before we bring other vehicles in.
I wonder if we risk it for the biscuit. We're not getting through here.
If we keep it to two vehicle sightings, that's the female leopard at 50, ex-vehicles to come are reading it.
Okay, let's find our way out of here. And you know what? I think we go for it, hey Andrew? Female leopard, Seskan Krip, they've set a second vehicle and go in there. We're gonna struggle to find these wild dogs again. And if that sighting lasts, then that'll be awesome. How far are we? Far. Nothing's that far. Exactly. And we're on Leadwood Drive. It's easy driving here. Oh, it's dragging something. Okay. Leadwood Drive across, then we can... There the dogs are. Stations. The two wild dogs are now approaching Leadwood Dam. Yeah.
Can you repeat the log of the two wild dogs, please?
They're approaching dam. Do you want to go onto the dam wall or down? I think let's go down here. There's somebody sitting in their car here that
And the dogs are on Leadwood Dam now.
affirmative.
Approaching Leadwood Drive from south, from the cut line. I'll give it time when I get closer, thanks.
How's that? There we go, that's cool. The hippos are looking at them.
mobile in Leopard.
Look at the hippos coming towards the wild dog.
Full Rhino north of Dusk, just the nice leopard here, so that's not left. Got into thick bush, and then the lioness is north and east is good to know there.
How's this for an interaction? The wild dog's coming to drink and the
Sorry, we had a lot of interference on your line there. I couldn't hear you.
hippo's coming to chase them. The baby hippo wants to try its luck here.
5 out of 5. They got these 4 vehicles in Blowback. One bull rhino grazing north from Seskant. I just had a female leopard in Seskant drinking, but it's got east, it's not relaxed. Wild dogs with leopard dam, Giraffe with them, and lionesses and one of the males northeast of Chris.
Oh, this.
Thanks very much.
That is very cool. Okay, so that leopard isn't very relaxed, so we're going to carry on enjoying this. All the dogs want to do is have a drink, and the hippos are just saying, "Hey, not."
The wild dogs at the good dam will be responding in 2 minutes.
Copy, make your way. Now, does that vehicle classify as a car?
No, it's a personal vehicle. Probably take the license plate number. Hippos versus wild dogs.
That's epic. You're gonna chase it. The wild dog is not even concerned. It just knows that it's too quick for the That's so funny. I haven't seen anything like I've seen wild dogs trying to cross a river, but they are nervous of crocodiles and a crocodile following them, but I've never seen them interacting with hippos like that. That is quite something. Watching the hippos swim in. Swimming in to chase. Oh, there's a little display from the bull. That was very cool. What a epic little sighting. How are those mountains there? It's just such a setting to watch something like that play out. Mountains behind Leadwood Dam, the 3 hippos, and then you got the 2 wild dogs just coming for a little drink. Where have they? Alright, let's stay with the wild dogs. We won't stay with them too much longer, it is getting dark. But they have treated us this afternoon. Copy. Yeah, you can take standby 1, there are 3 vehicles here now. I will leave in 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody, that has been an awesome little sighting. We really had a nice interaction between two species, which is what it's kind of all about. That's where most of the excitement comes. It's when two species are interacting, watching these animals as they do what they do and interacting with each other like that. It's pretty special. We'll let somebody else come and enjoy them before it's too dark and we can't watch them or follow them. And we'll see, maybe we can go to those jackals and see if we get them coming out. This time of day is perfect for that. Look at the giraffe now following the dogs. It's quite interesting, keeping an eye on where the predator's moving. Look at that.
Giraffe doesn't make any sort of call, does it?
Yeah, nothing that we can hear. But they do have vocalizations, just not in our frequency. For a long time people said they were mute, but that's not the case.
They were mute.
Well, I feel like everybody's not following them and they'll disappear, so I'll follow them and wait for the person. Otherwise we're going to lose them. What is Leadwood Drive? A north-south road? The stations. The wild dogs are now mobile north on Leadwood Drive from Leadwood Dam. Stand by one, you can make your way. Here's another baby giraffe. Not as small as the one we saw earlier though. Yeah, there's lots of giraffe here. Yeah, they're there, but they're going into the block. Are the other stations with the wild dogs going to be following them? Oh my gosh. Oh well, it's not nice when somebody's coming and the stations. The wild dogs have now gone east off of Leadwood Drive, north of Leadwood Dam. Try and maintain visual through the block. Nah. Not easy. There's a road right here.
Stations, I have just arrived at the female lion, confirming location just north of Giraffe, on Giraffe track.
Keep going. can't understand why people weren't trying to follow them when they were moving away from the dam, because then this is what happens. They run off at speed and then you can't find them again because nobody's had eyes on them. And then the poor guy that was waiting to come and replace us at the siding doesn't get to see them because other people weren't trying to follow them. Wild dogs move so quickly, you've got to keep your eyes on them. Often more than one set of eyes is needed, like in that situation. The station on standby 1 for the wild dogs.
Approaching Lowveld here. 3 minutes out.
Cubby, come along Silo's track. They were last seen going east off Leadwood Dam, just south of that road. Your best chance of relocating is to drive Silo's track back east. Alright, I don't think we're going to be much help right now. There's somebody else looking for them, and the person that's coming to replace us isn't too far off. It's quite thick now and it's dark, and with their coat colors it's going to be really challenging. But if I was keen to see them, I'd probably go onto the northern fence line from here and drive up there and try and find them again. It's the nature of it. Animals on the move. And animals that move like wild dogs are pretty quick. I can't believe a leopard was seen at Seskan Krip. When I'm on drive and I've been spending time in that area knowing that that's where the leopards get seen the most, Kudu Krip, Seskan Krip, Lemon During, they don't get seen. As soon as I'm somewhere that's too far to go and see them, they're seen. It is Murphy's Law. Alright, let's see if we can get to where the jackals were. Seen a couple of nights ago. Maybe we get lucky at the end of drive this evening and can find them. Oh yeah, that wild dog sighting was so special. Stations, I'm leaving the last area of the wild dogs to one station and an approaching station. Might be worth checking the northern fence line of Leadwood. Hello. I would check the fence line and see if they've come out there. They went through here. Okay. All right. No cool. Just enjoy, everybody. Okay. Let's go and see if we get some jackal pups. We just have to follow Leadwood Drive down and around. It's quite far from where we are, but let's go. What a sighting with those hippos and those wild dogs. Good evening. All right, let me see if I've got any questions or comments to get through. Yeah, Liz, we're not too sure as to why the wild dogs have split or what could have caused that. But they have, the male seems to be on Kaya alone, and then the two females are together here on Leadwood. They do seem to be enjoying it up on Leadwood, away from where the lions are. Maybe they got chased and they got split, getting chased by lions. There's a little, looks like a duiker or a little steenbok. Little steenbok, tiny little steenbok. Maybe they were chasing prey and got split up in the process. They have been together for about 6 weeks, 7 weeks before they split up. They've only been split up this week, so it's a little bit odd after 7 weeks of being together that they would split up only now if they weren't enjoying each other and their bonding wasn't going too well. But we'll see how this plays out over the next week or so and see if we get anything, any sign of them together again. We'll watch that collar data. But that was a nice special sighting of the wild dogs. That interaction with the hippos is priceless. There's another duiker. I don't know, we're going to get across to where that wild dog, where that jackal den is. Well, I don't know if it's a den, they were just seen there. Quite a lot of impala up here. I don't know if it's because it's more open and we see them, or if it is just because it's more open and more grazing and available that they're spending more time up here. Seen a few herds of impalas. Another little duiker. Look at those mountains, it's beautiful from up here on Leadwood Drive. We're a lot higher than when we're normally closer to Hayes at this time of night. Get more of a perspective. Lots of giraffe. Another steenbok. There's a lot more steenbok up here. Again, maybe a similar situation as the impala. A little bit more open up here and they spend more time up here. Or it could just be the fact that we see them more because it is more open. Maybe we'll get another bush baby in all these knobthorn trees along Leadwood Drive. There's a tree, but I think it's a nightjar, is it? Yep. Oh, fiery neck nightjar calling there. Not sitting on the ground like we used to. Sitting on a limb of a tree made me think for a second it was a bush baby. Nightjar on the road. That's where we usually see them. That's where you'd expect to see the nightjars, sitting on bare soil on the ground, waiting for opportunities to hunt insects flying over them between patches of grass. And they use the roads a lot because it's a lot of bare soil. Or they sit on a little perch somewhere, but a lot of the time they're on the ground. I think we're just going to make it to where that pin is for those jackals. See if we get any eye shine. How lovely would it be to end this drive off with little jackal pups? There should be somewhere along this stretch of road here. There are some eyes there. You see those eyes? There's like a little termite stay here. What is it? A duiker? It might just be a duiker there. Just left of that tree. Looks like whatever it was somewhere there. Ah, it's a duiker. It's a duiker. Slowed us down from finding our jackals. There's another duiker. I don't think we're going to exactly get to where the pin was for these little jackals. So we'll end where we started our drive off at Leadwood Pan. No, what's it called? Lodge Pan. It's not Leadwood Pan. This is where those jackals have been seen in and around this area. Maybe they're here for a drink. Is there a rhino? Ah, there's two rhinos. We'll end off with these two rhinos that have come for their evening drink. Ah, it's No Hope and her baby. Copy. Yeah, last night we had them at Kudu Krip. That's far that they've moved all the way up here. I actually want to measure that distance to see how far that is in a straight line. We'll extend by a couple more minutes just to enjoy these two rhinos. So we had them 4 kilometers away from here last night. And that's in a straight line. So they've moved far in the same time of day that we saw them yesterday. And they've moved quite far. Coming for an evening drink. Been a bit of a busy drive.
It's been epic.
Andrew says it's been epic. I agree with him. Is there no beanbag? There's a beanbag. We put the spotlight on the beanbag on the ground so we can still see them but not shining close to them. Last night No Hope came right up to the car and gave herself a little bit of a fright. We'd been watching the moon and they popped up behind us, so when we turned around they were standing right next to us on the road. Thank you everybody for joining us on this evening's drive. It's been a good one. It's been really nice to reconnect with the wild dogs. We will follow their story as it keeps going. Hopefully they will find the male and they can link up again. It is interesting that they're a little bit apart. But it's been a while since we've had them on drive, so it's been lovely to see them again and have that interaction with those hippos in Leadwood Down. That was pretty awesome. Not something that you see every day. We've had a lot of giraffe this afternoon. And then ending with No Hope and her calf again is great. 2 nights in a row. The first time I've ever seen them was last night. And now we get them again having their evening drink. This is quite typical of rhinos, having a drink in the late afternoon, early evening.
Any stations on along with the lines? I'd like to respond. I'm about 5 minutes out.
And what a way to end off our drive this evening, this afternoon drive. And then there was a leopard seen at Seskant Krip. Not a relaxed one, so I wonder who it is. Maybe it's the Antioch female coming across. And they said it was a female. They're out there, we just need to work hard to find them. What a lovely time of day. All the fire-neck nightjars starting to call into the evening. Little duiker coming in to drink behind the rhinos. I can just see its eyes shining in the light.
Tarrant's coming.
And she's going to go and have a wallow in there. There's a bit of mud.
Bamba.
She might go and have a lie down in there, coat herself in some mud. She's trying to find some water. Her calf's not too sure. But from all of us at Painted Dog TV, thank you for joining us on this evening's drive. It's been a goodie, and we'll see you again on Sunday with Victoria taking that drive. Enjoy your weekend until then. Bye-bye.